Hello, and thank you for joining me for another video where I am reviewing the five main interpretations of Genesis 1. In this video, I'm going to cover intelligent design as one of the ways that people see the creation account of Genesis 1. So there's a few videos I've been doing, kind of going through the five different interpretations of Genesis 1. You'll be able to find those links in a playlist here on this video. But for this one, I want to cover intelligent design. And similar to those other videos, I'm going to give a summary of this view. I'm going to give the strengths of the view, the weaknesses of the view. I'll tell you about who these popular supporters of this view are and give you some references where you can go read more about this if you're interested. So first, let me summarize intelligent design. Intelligent design advocates that a scientific understanding of what we see requires an intelligent being as creator. In other words, there was a guiding influence over evolutionary force, not a process of random selection. Intelligent design is a new faith-based alternative to evolution. However, there is no specific designation to the intelligence, except for intelligent design adherents would say there's a creator or a god. They would not attribute which god or who the creator is. Intelligent design is an age-neutral theory to the earth and universe. It does not take a position on how to interpret the book of Genesis or the age of the earth. Intelligent design proponents believe there are telltale features in digital code in DNA, miniature circuits and machines and cells, as well as constants of physics, which all point to an intelligent cause for what we see. In summary, the creative action of a conscious and intelligent being is an adequate cause for the origin of the things we see. So that's a summary of intelligent design. Let me share with you some of the strengths of this view from people that hold this view. I don't hold the intelligent design view in my interpretation of Scripture, but this is what people use to support their view. Some strengths. DNA shows appearance of design because of the specific way that nucleotide bases are arranged in DNA. They are arranged in an exact way that allows them to properly function. A second strength and support for intelligent design is that genetic information shows a creator making important changes over time to that genetic information. In other words, there are necessary changes in genetic information that are too complex to be random. An example is what's called function proteins being developed that are required for life. Yet those are impossible to have been the result of random development. Again, they are so specific and so intricate and so, complex that it's impossible for them to have just randomly come together. There has to be an intelligent being behind them. A third strength is chemical evolutionary theory and the origin of information, which shows a creative influence. A living cell is too complex to just appear, and it must have had a designer. RNA molecules are arranged in such a complex and complementary way that they could not have found themselves in their current form without a designer. A fourth strength of intelligent design is that it closely follows the discoveries and interpretations of science, but it attributes what it sees to a designer, not to randomness. So that's an important distinction that, an evolutionary, someone that believes in evolution and someone that believes in intelligence design would differ, right? That the things we see in science have to be attributed to a creator or an intelligent being. There are not a lot of evidence-based objections to intelligent design, right? How can you provide an objection to a creator behind what we see, right? So that is a strength of it. You can't really provide an evidence-based objection to a being creating the universe and the earth. And another strength of intelligent design is that the arguments of intelligent design are consistent with what Scripture teaches. I encourage you to look up a few of these passages. Romans 1:20, Acts 14, verses 15 to 17, Psalm 19:2, and Job 12:7 through 10 all teach that there was a creative, being or an intelligent being behind the creation of the world. Now, there are some weaknesses to this view, and let me share with you some of the weaknesses of intelligent design. Intelligent design proudly declares the theory is not based on the Bible, but is instead based on scientific discoveries related to intelligent causes. In other words, intelligent design is not derived from a religious text, but is an inference from science. Now, that is a weakness in my position and as my role as a pastor, because Scripture is my authority that I use to teach truth, and intelligent design clearly does not use Scripture. It's only based on science. Another weakness is that intelligent design proponents, they might have a variety of interpretations of Genesis 1, or they might not have none at all. Some people will try to teach on Genesis 1 using intelligent design. Some will just say it's not related at all and not even interact with Genesis 1. Intelligent design, another weakness, is that it must reinterpret the significance of the fall of Genesis 3, the flood of Genesis 6 through 9, and the significance of Romans 5. All of those teach that there was sin that entered the world. It affected the entire human race, and it affects us now. Intelligent design, again, doesn't really interact with how that relates to creation. Intelligent design, also another weakness, is it's not specific about the date of the earth or about creation. Another weakness is that some people suggest it is religion masquerading as science. So some people say, oh, you're a Christian and you believe in intelligent design. You're just trying to push your Christian beliefs onto me by using this, kind of smoke and mirror tactic. In my opinion, another weakness of intelligent design is that it is too vague in its belief about a creator and about God, right? It describes an intelligent being or unconscious, force behind creation, but it never describes who that is. Another weakness of intelligent design, as I've shared earlier, the Bible is usually completely left out of all arguments. Another weakness of intelligent design is that it focuses on the origin of creation and does not address the process by which we get what we see. And a final weakness of intelligent design is that no intelligent design leaders have given serious consideration or serious explanation about creation according to what God says in Genesis 1 and 2 and Genesis 6 or 9. Again, Scripture is completely left out. So I've adapted some of these notes I've shared with you from a book titled 4 Views on Creation, Evolution, and Intelligent Design. I'm using some of Stephen Meyer's arguments, so I'll try to put a link in the description if you're curious to get that book. So he is Stephen Meyer is a popular supporter of intelligent design. Another book you might want to consider is Michael Bay's book, Darwin's Black Box, or Michael Bay's book, The Edge of Evolution. You can also read a book that's titled The Mystery of Life's Origin, Reassessing Current Theories, which is written by various different people. It's one person edited a bunch of different people's chapters of that book. Another one is Philip Johnson's book, Darwin on Trial. Stephen Meyer's book, Signature in the Cell, DNA and the Evidence for Intelligent Design. Or Stephen Meyer's book, Darwin's Doubt, The Explosive Origin of Animal Life and the Case for Intelligent Design. So that's a summary of intelligent design, the strengths and weaknesses, and some additional resources you can get if you'd like to learn more. Do you have additional thoughts or theories or questions on intelligent design? Feel free to leave a comment down there, and I look forward to reading your thoughts or sharing in the discussion with you of these 5 different interpretations of Genesis chapter 1. Thanks for watching. I hope to catch you again on another video.